The latest archaeological discoveries in China that are shocking the world. Welcome back to Ancient History, the channel where we explore the unsolved mysteries of the past and present. Have you ever wondered what lies deep beneath the ground in China, a land with a civilization that spans thousands of years? If you thought all its secrets had already been uncovered, get ready, because recent archaeological discoveries are about to leave you speechless. In today's video, we're going to take a closer look at the latest archaeological finds in China, discoveries that have not only shocked experts but stunned the entire world. From mysterious ancient tombs and perfectly preserved artifacts that are thousands of years old, to traces of evidence that could potentially rewrite human history. Sounds fascinating, doesn't it? Join me as we dive into each discovery to uncover what's waiting for us beneath the dust of time. Make sure to keep your eyes on the screen, because the deeper we go, the more unbelievable it gets. And now, let's begin with the first discovery. The world's heaviest 2,400-year-old ancient coffin. When it comes to Chinese archaeology, it's nearly impossible to determine which ancient tomb is the most magnificent or extravagant. Numerous ancient tombs have been unearthed, each containing countless priceless burial artifacts, such as the Sanxing Dui site, the Mawang Dui tombs, or the tomb of Marquis Hai Hun. These discoveries have yielded an astonishing number of national treasures. However, if you ask which tomb contains the heaviest coffin ever discovered, the answer would most likely be the coffin from the tomb of Marquis Yi of Zheng, located in Suzhou, Hubei Province, China. The discovery of Marquis Yi's tomb shook the entire country, as its scale was several times larger than that of the famous Han Dynasty Mawang Dui tombs in Changsha. Excavated over an area of approximately 2,370 square feet, the tomb revealed countless national treasures, such as the Zhenghu Yi bronze bells, a jade pendant carved with 16 dragon and phoenix motifs, and a bronze crane standing on a deer's antlers. These are all invaluable artifacts that have drawn significant attention from the archaeological community. But beyond the artifacts, the colossal coffin found inside the tomb stunned experts just as much. The coffin was massive in size, and when archaeologists measured it, they could hardly believe their eyes. It weighed nearly 20,000 pounds. This astonishing figure made it the heaviest coffin ever found in any ancient tomb worldwide. Many questions arose. How could people from 2,400 years ago, with limited technology, possibly move such a massive object? Even today, the excavation team had to use multiple cranes just to lift it. At one point, an 8-ton crane was deployed in an attempt to hoist the coffin, but instead of the coffin moving, the crane's tail end was lifted off the ground. The coffin lid alone weighed around 4,400 pounds, leaving archaeologists in absolute disbelief. One side of the coffin features a small door, which is believed to have served as a passageway for the spirit of Marquis Yi to enter and exit. Marquis Yi, the tomb's owner, was known as the king of the state of Zheng, also called the state of Sui, a vassal of the Zhou dynasty during the spring and autumn and warring states periods. According to historical records, Zheng was a small state neighboring the powerful kingdom of Chu. Fearing annihilation by the Chu king, Marquis Yi offered annual tributes of gold, treasures, and beautiful women to appease him. However, after Marquis Yi died from illness, his successors lacked valuable tributes to present to Chu. As a result, the king of Chu eventually destroyed the Zheng state. Further research by archaeologists and historians revealed another disturbing fact. Marquis Yi was, in reality, an extremely dishonorable individual. Many of the unearthed artifacts bore his name, but upon closer inspection, signs of tampering and re-engraving were found. For instance, on one of his bronze plates, experts discovered the name of his maternal grandfather had been scratched out and replaced with his own name, an act considered deeply disrespectful and unfilial in ancient times. Perhaps even more shocking, in addition to the 9-ton coffin, 22 other coffins were discovered in the tomb. Among them, 21 belonged to young women, the oldest being just 26 years old, and the youngest around 13. The tallest was approximately 5 feet 3 inches, and the shortest just over 4 feet 7 inches. In one of the coffins, archaeologists even found the remains of a dog, which seemed to be a beloved pet of Marquis Yi. Were these 21 young women buried alive to accompany Marquis Yi in the afterlife? Many experts believe so. If true, it paints a horrifying picture of ancient burial customs, sacrificing innocent lives to follow royalty into death. Such cruel practices persisted even into the Qing dynasty. Truly terrifying, isn't it? A massive treasure and a mysterious liquid found in a 3,000-year-old ancient tomb. In a remote area of northern Shanxi province, China, where the land seemed to have slept undisturbed beneath layers of earth and time for thousands of years, archaeologists made a stunning discovery. They unearthed a vast ancient burial site, awakening an entire civilization that once thrived over 3,000 years ago. This ancient tomb complex, known as Beibai Nia, may sound unfamiliar at first, but it's far more than just another site filled with ancient relics. What it revealed was truly jaw-dropping. A massive treasure trove of more than 500 rare artifacts, and most astonishingly, a sealed bronze vessel containing a mysterious liquid that had been perfectly preserved for millennia. So, what made this liquid the center of academic fascination across the globe? And what does it reveal about a once glorious society that existed more than 3 millennia ago? Let's dive deeper. The excavation, one of the largest ever conducted in the region, uncovered 9 primary tombs, 17 ash pits, and over 500 valuable artifacts, both materially and spiritually significant. These treasures included intricately crafted bronze objects, a hallmark of metallurgy during the Zhou dynasty, along with jade, gemstones, lacquerware, and notably, gold. Each artifact serves as a puzzle piece, helping us reconstruct the vibrant picture of a once flourishing civilization in Shanxi, from its spiritual life and social structure to its belief systems and royal authority. However, what truly stunned scientists wasn't the volume of artifacts, but 2 seemingly ordinary bronze vessels, which had remained sealed tightly for over 3,000 years. When one of the vessels was carefully opened, what lay inside defied all expectations. Instead of dust or remnants long turned to ash, it contained a clear, transparent liquid, unlike anything previously found in tombs from the same era. Samples of the liquid were immediately sent to a laboratory for analysis, and the results left everyone speechless. The mysterious substance turned out to be a fermented fruit wine, complete with volatile organic compounds and organic acids consistent with traditional alcohol brewing processes. This represents one of the earliest physical pieces of evidence for winemaking ever discovered. But beyond its archaeological value, the discovery offers a new lens into ancient life. The careful production and preservation of fruit wine suggests that Zhou-era society had achieved an advanced level of organization in agricultural management, food fermentation, and ritual practices. Back then, wine wasn't just a beverage. It held deep spiritual significance, used in ancestral worship and ceremonial offerings. Through these preserved drops of ancient wine, we feel as though we're touching the heartbeat of the past, witnessing the craftsmanship, reverence, and spiritual devotion of a people who honored their ancestors with the utmost care. Remarkably, this is not the first time mysterious liquids have been found in ancient Chinese tombs. Previously, in Sanmenxia, Henan province, archaeologists uncovered a 2,000-year-old tomb containing a bronze vessel filled with a yellowish-brown liquid with visible impurities. Upon analysis, this substance turned out not to be wine, but an ancient medicinal mixture believed to treat bleeding and inflammation, a testament to the advanced state of ancient Chinese medicine. Findings like these highlight not only the sophisticated craftsmanship of the time, but also the richness of cultural, religious, and medical practices across China's ancient dynasties. Each excavation is like opening a door through time, and this time, that door has revealed one of the most significant discoveries in modern Chinese archaeology. From bronze and gold artifacts to a 3,000-year-old liquid preserved in perfect condition, everything seems to speak to us like a vivid message from the ancestors. They once lived, created, and left behind a boundless cultural legacy. And with every archaeological step forward, we inch closer to unlocking humanity's greatest historical mysteries. Are you feeling the same sense of awe that I am? If so, leave your thoughts in the comments below. A mysteriously glowing national treasure found in a 4,000-year-old tomb. Located to the north of the Luo River, Erlitou is a small agricultural village in the city of Yanxi, China, with a long-standing tradition of wheat and rice farming. Despite its sparse population and limited infrastructure, life in Erlitou has always been peaceful and quiet. But in the summer of 1959, a renowned archaeologist named Xu Shusheng made a chance discovery during a field project that changed everything. The small village of Erlitou held within it a vast and unexplored wealth of ancient history. Since then, Erlitou has become a focal point of China's archaeological boom and was officially recognized as a major national historical and cultural site. Over more than 50 years of excavation, Chinese archaeologists have achieved remarkable success. Based on years of research, the site was named the Erlitou Ruins. Covering an area of nearly 740 acres, the site is divided into a central zone and surrounding activity areas, complete with roads and architectural structures. Numerous artifacts have been uncovered here, revealing secrets from thousands of years of Chinese civilization. One of the most astonishing moments came during a comprehensive research project on the origins and early development of Chinese civilization, conducted between 2001 and 2016. During this time, a 4,000-year-old tomb at the Erlitou site revealed a truly extraordinary discovery, a glowing national treasure, unlike anything found before. The tomb, with its unique design and collection of rare artifacts, indicated that the person buried there once held a very high status in ancient society. However, since the tomb was only discovered in 1959, many parts had already been damaged or deteriorated. Yet, in the center of the dark burial chamber, a mysterious green object remained intact, emitting a faint glow. This national treasure turned out to be a turquoise dragon statue, approximately 25.5 inches long, made from over 2,000 small turquoise fragments of various shapes. The smallest pieces measured just 0.08 inches in diameter and 0.04 inches thick. The dragon's body shimmered with vibrant colors, lying on the ground with its tail curled. Its long head featured two round eyes made of glittering jade, a gracefully arched nose in a crescent shape with interwoven white and green tones, and a garlic bulb-shaped nose tip carved from turquoise. The statue's design showcased astonishing craftsmanship, with every detail refined to perfection, solid proof of the remarkable skill of ancient artisans. According to scientists, this artifact represents the oldest known dragon-shaped object ever found in China and is regarded as a one-of-a-kind national treasure. Unlike modern preferences for gold and jade, turquoise was considered a precious gemstone during the Xia and Shang dynasties, used primarily by nobles. Therefore, tombs decorated with turquoise were almost always those of high-ranking individuals in ancient society. In Chinese culture, the dragon is a sacred creature symbolizing power, authority, and divine royalty. However, this turquoise dragon breaks from the traditional imposing imagery. It appears instead as a free-spirited, graceful dragon, a rare depiction among the dragon artifacts unearthed in China to date. The discovery of this glowing national treasure at Erlitou has sparked heated debate among archaeologists. Still, most scholars agree that the turquoise dragon may represent the earliest and most direct cultural origin of the Chinese dragon and is a vital piece of evidence in tracing the roots of Chinese civilization. Scholars and experts were thrilled by the find and collectively named the artifact the Chinese dragon. They believe it serves as the clearest proof of the nation's 5,000-year history and possibly the most direct and authentic origin of the dragon totem of the Chinese people. The mysterious coffin that foiled tomb raiders 9 times in a row. When people think of Xi'an, the capital of Shanxi Province, China, they often picture the famous terracotta army guarding the tomb of Emperor Qin Shi Huang. But few realize that this ancient land holds far more secrets than even a living museum could display. Xi'an was once the imperial capital of 13 dynasties, bearing the imprints of brilliant emperors, legendary generals, and some of the greatest cultural and architectural achievements in Chinese civilization. Because of this rich history, every time a new construction project is launched in Xi'an today, engineers and workers proceed with extreme caution. Each strike of the shovel, each foot of soil removed, could uncover a long-lost treasure, or even an undocumented ancient tomb buried beneath the earth. And in the 1960s, one such discovery shook the archaeological world, triggered by a seemingly ordinary slab of green stone. During construction of a new industrial zone in Xi'an, a crew of workers stumbled upon a strange stone slab buried deep underground. Realizing its unusual nature, they immediately notified the local Department of Culture. A professional archaeological team was dispatched to the site. When they lifted the slab, no one could have predicted what lay beneath: the entrance to a massive ancient tomb. The archaeologists stood in awe, as though a door to history itself had cracked open after thousands of years. But their excitement didn't last long. Surrounding the tomb were 9 separate signs of illegal excavation. Grave robbers had gotten there first. And worse yet, it seemed the tomb had been thoroughly looted. Their worst fears were confirmed. Inside, the tomb was completely empty. No burial offerings, no precious relics, except for one enormous coffin weighing nearly 6,600 pounds. Most likely, the tomb raiders had no way of moving it due to its immense weight and had to leave it behind. Archaeologists decided to focus all efforts on this mysterious coffin. When they finally opened it, they discovered the remains of a third-rank official from the Tang dynasty. Not royalty, but still someone of considerable importance. Yet the biggest surprise was still to come. As a crane was brought in to lift the heavy coffin, what lay hidden beneath it left everyone stunned. A hidden treasure trove of over 80 ancient ceramic statues buried directly under the base of the coffin. These were Tang Sankai figures, glazed ceramics in 3 primary colors that originated in the Tang dynasty and are considered the pinnacle of ancient Chinese pottery art. Clearly, the tomb's owner had gone to great lengths to hide his most valuable treasures in a place no one would expect. He used no traps, no piles of gold or jewels left in plain sight. Instead, he chose a far more cunning strategy, concealing what mattered most beneath the most inaccessible spot of all. This clever tactic, hiding in plain sight, successfully tricked the tomb raiders. Thanks to this, over 80 precious statues remained untouched for more than 1,000 years. True to their name, the Tang Sankai, meaning 3-colored Tang figures, were glazed in dominant tones of amber yellow, jade green, and ivory white. Each statue was a labor of love, requiring 2 complex rounds of kiln firing to achieve the vibrant, multicolored glaze that still dazzles the eye today. The statues depicted soldiers, camels, court ladies, and more, each crafted with exquisite detail that reflected the daily life, cultural tastes, and imperial power of the Tang dynasty. Today, these figures are not just archaeological artifacts. They are living evidence of a golden era of Chinese culture and a priceless legacy passed down not only to the Chinese people, but to all of humanity. Have you ever wondered if a 1,000-year-old secret might lie just beneath your feet? And how many more treasures might still be buried, waiting to be unearthed, not only in the sacred soil of Xi'an, but in hidden corners all across our world? 2,500-year-old ancient tomb containing 46 glowing female corpses. Have you ever imagined that one day, beneath the seemingly peaceful earth that has slumbered for thousands of years, there might lie a terrifying secret, so horrifying that it caused an entire archaeological team to scream in fear? This is not the plot of a horror movie, but a real-life event that took place in China in December 2006. A chance archaeological discovery revealed a dark secret buried for 2,500 years. In Shuiku Town, located in Jinghan County, Yichun City, Jiangxi Province, construction workers were using explosives to break rocks and build a highway. But right after the explosion, they immediately sensed something was off. The echoing sound was irregular, as if there was a hidden void beneath instead of solid earth and rock. Trusting their instincts, the workers stopped and reported their findings to local authorities. When they dug about 40 feet deeper, they were stunned to uncover a massive pit. Inside was an ancient tomb spanning more than 1,700 square feet. And the real horror was only beginning. Archaeologists were immediately dispatched to the site. After days of careful study, they confirmed that this was a tomb over 2,500 years old, dating back to the Eastern Zhou dynasty, specifically the mid to late spring and autumn period, one of the bloodiest and most chaotic eras in Chinese history. The tomb was rectangular, with a complex structure that sloped from east to north, suggesting it might have belonged to a noble or someone of extremely high status and power. But what truly shocked the researchers was the number of coffins inside. Not 1, not 2, but 47 coffins were neatly arranged within the tomb. The largest coffin, believed to belong to the tomb's owner, measured approximately 10.4 feet in length. Though the main skeleton had almost completely decayed, the remnants were enough to paint a haunting picture of the past. Exquisite jewelry, gold, silver, jade, hundreds of woven fabrics, and most notably, an ancient sword measuring 26 inches with both hilt and scabbard still intact. Experts classified it as a national treasure based on its craftsmanship and preservation. However, the true horror began when experts opened the remaining coffins. Inside the 46 identical coffins were the bodies of young women, all estimated to be between 15 and 20 years old. They were all naked, loosely wrapped in simple bamboo mats. Their faces showed expressions of agony and terror, as if they had suffered incredibly brutal deaths. Even more disturbingly, at night, the bodies glowed. Scientists were baffled, as nothing like this had ever been recorded in the history of Chinese archaeology. After thorough analysis, they proposed a chilling theory. The tomb likely belonged to King Zhongwu, a ruler of the ancient state of Shu, a vassal state that existed from the Xia to the Western Zhou dynasties. The 46 young women were believed to be slaves who were buried alive in a cruel ritual known as human sacrifice, practiced in ancient feudal societies. This ritual, called peizong, funerary sacrifice, involved forcing servants, usually young women, to die along with their deceased master so they could continue to serve him in the afterlife. These girls were believed to be palace weavers. They were made to ingest poison-laced melon seeds, dying in agony, and were then buried alive alongside the king. The high level of toxins in their bodies is thought to be the reason their remains were so well preserved over 2,500 years. But what about the glowing phenomenon? Experts later discovered that the corpses contained iron phosphate crystals, a rare compound capable of luminescence. These crystals formed through a unique combination of toxins in their bodies and the region's underground water system, resulting in an eerie glow, like ghostly emeralds, visible in the dark. This phenomenon had never before been documented in archaeological history, leaving scientists stunned. They admitted that we still know very little about the mysteries buried in the past. The excavation of the ancient tomb in Jiangxi not only revealed immense archaeological value, but also opened a window into a bloody chapter of history, one where human lives were treated as mere objects. A chilling, brutal past, but also a reminder of how far humanity has evolved, from darkness into light. And sometimes, the most terrifying secrets lie just beneath our feet, waiting to be unearthed. So, together we've just stepped through the doors of time, touching the millennia-old mysteries gradually being uncovered in China. Each discovery is not only a piece of history, but also a reminder of humanity's glorious and mysterious past. Which discovery impressed you the most? Feel free to leave your comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming journeys. For now, see you in the next fascinating video.